Well, I was brought up as a Christian. My grandmother had strong Christian views, and that was good. I learned a lot from them, and I went to Sunday school, and as a child it was wonderful, yeah. But as I got older, and then I got married, and the Christianity that I'd been brought up with didn't seem to exist anymore. People were doing things that were, in my mind, unchristian, and some of these people were people to do with the church. So I started then having doubts and not feeling comfortable with my religion. I've never understood what the Trinity actually means because it doesn't make sense. And other things as well, you know, there was doubt. But it's like everything else, you kind of try to be ignorant about certain things because you don't really understand them. Well, I didn't at that time, but then I started looking into it, and then I found out I didn't believe in a lot of these things. So that's when I started trying to look, because I was religious and I did want a faith, and I started looking for a religion that would be right for me. I was it Jehovah's Witness? I went and did quite a lot of that, and I thought I was going that direction. And then when they told me that, oh, you can go and talk to people now and, you know, ask people into religion, I realised I didn't believe it enough. And another thing, I didn't want to give up certain things of my life by this time, which I'm doing, like partying, you know, smoking, drinking. I did a bit of all this, I must admit, and I didn't want to give these things up. So I didn't do that anymore. So I still kept looking, and I looked a bit at Judaism, but each time I seemed to keep coming back to Islam, and it just seemed to keep certain things about Islam kept coming back to me. So I started looking more into Islam, and that's when, and then I heard a talk of a Muslim man on the radio talking about Islam. And that's when I made the decision I was going to do it. This was what really made me do it in the end, because I really did believe in the one God, and that Muhammad ﷺ was the prophet and the messenger of God. Because the Christianity wasn't giving me that spiritual, what it should have been giving me. And that's why I started looking elsewhere, because I know I couldn't give up religion. See, I know people, Christians are doing this, doing that. I don't want to be part of it. I needed to find the right religion, and mashallah, Allah showed me the right way, and I found Islam, and that was the happiest day of my life, really, when I actually converted to Islam, because I really didn't know very much. I'm going back 34 years. Or nearly 34 years. So at that time, I was a bit in a void. There wasn't, books. My husband went and brought me the Quran, and it's in English, Urdu and Arabic. Okay, so I'm all right with the English. So I was able to read the Quran. Fasting, I tried to do it. I know I wasn't doing it right, looking back, yeah. Because there wasn't the groups like we've got as later on, where I met the sisters, and I was able to go to the talks and be with the sisters and learn about Islam. Because obviously I couldn't go and ask men, and then my husband had left. So it was myself and my son. But as he grew up, obviously he was born a Muslim, as he grew up, he found out a lot about Islam himself. And then he helped me. So I really learned quite a lot from him. And then when he married, also from my daughter-in-law, they taught me to pray. Because up to that point I did, and I learned the prayers all in English, which took me a long time. And then he turned around and told me, no, you've got to say them in Arabic. I know where I'm going with this. I know what I believe in as a Muslim. And people can't affect me, they can't hurt me, they can't, criticise me for it, because I know they're ignorant of it all, and I know what I believe in is correct. And no, I have found peace of mind, and I just, alhamdulillah, Allah is always there. You know, when you don't feel lonely, you don't feel down, because you're not alone, because Allah's always there. And also the sisters are there. And I can trust my life with my Muslim sisters. So, no, I'm blessed and feel fulfilled. Not at all. Not at all. In fact, I mean, it's quite funny really, because I know in the home, for a start, the Muslim women are certainly not oppressed. they rule the home, and they're not oppressed out as well. I don't know whether this, I think this just is one of these things, just to say something, and it's the women that were suffering, isn't it? So people pick on them and say they're oppressed, and they don't realise. I mean, I didn't used to wear the hijab, and when I did wear it, I just felt, I did it because I wanted to do it, because I wanted to be acknowledged as a Muslim. You know, I want everyone to know I was a Muslim, because I'm happy I'm a Muslim, and I know it's the right thing. And funnily enough, since I've been wearing it, people have been nice to me. I get the odd comment, but it's just a joke really. But I get genuine people coming up to me and asking me, did you convert to Islam, and why? And people my age are quite interested to hear that, because they don't like how young girls are walking around today, and people are behaving. They're embarrassed, and it's nice that they know that it's not like this in Islam. So, although, like you say about Muslim women being oppressed, it's the opposite. They're liberated. Yeah, I think they need to ask about Islam, to go to a sister, if we're talking women, I mean obviously the men would go to the brothers, to talk to them and ask what Islam is, what it's about, what we believe and why we believe it. Because a lot of the media puts a different impression on Islam altogether. And there is this love and this, I don't know how to explain it, but there's a love between all Muslims together, and we strive to help one another. Okay, they see things going on in the world, and sometimes bad things happen, but I say, well, that is not necessary. Some of the people who do bad things are not really true Muslims. I mean, the true Muslims, it would be so happy it would follow God's law. And they don't understand what the Sharia law is anyway. They seem to think it's just chop off hands and feet. They don't really know what it is. If they did, they would see the beauty of it. And I think if they really want to find out whether they become Muslims or not, but if they want to find out, they go and find out from the sisters and people that are in the faith, not some media reporter or something like that. And then they can judge for themselves, and I'm sure they will find the peace that they're looking for, inshallah.